And welcome back to our coverage of ONS 2017. We're here with Mark Showalter. He's with Infinera, and we're talking about new optical networking solutions. And Mark, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Abe. Great to be here.
Thanks for being here. Before we get into the new optical networking solutions or some of the ones that you can talk about today, talk to us about the demand for these solutions right now.
You bet. We see the demand for optical networking systems across three main areas. First, the long-haul networks, the networks that connect continents and cities around the world. As the world gets more connected and more people start using mobile devices and streaming videos, the more we need to connect cities across continents and long-haul. So that's the first area of optical network demand. The next are in metros. As we see more and more 5G deployments happening, we're going to see more and more traffic on the metro network being driven into the core of the network across an optical network. And the third place we're seeing lots of new applications is in internet content provider space, those people that need to directly connect data centers at very high speed to enable these new services that you can get on your phone.
Now, of course, we're here at the Open Networking Summit in Santa Clara. Can you talk to us about enabling software control of the optical layer and how that really ties back to why you're here at the event?
You bet. The reason Infinera is here is all of our customers are here. Every type of customer, whether you're a telephone company or an internet content provider, is looking at ways to use software to improve the efficiency of their network, to be able to use software to control their network and to be able to control a multi-vendor network across multiple domains. So ONS provides a great opportunity for Infinera to be here in the ecosystem of players that are all about bringing open networking to the marketplace and speaking directly to our customers.
Now, of course, there's a number of enterprise folks here, if I may say that. Also, some carrier presence here as well. From the carrier perspective, how's a company like Infinera providing for their need?
So from the carrier perspective or an internet content provider perspective, both of them need to be able to deploy lots of capacity in their network and deploy it in a way that lets them scale capacity without paying for it in advance. So essentially what Infinera enables carriers to do is to deploy lots of optical capacity and then use software to activate capacity across their network using open interfaces.
Now, is there any conflict with selling to over-the-top or over-the-top ecosystem as opposed to selling to the carrier?
We actually sell to both sides. I mean, internet content providers, Facebook's one of our customers using our equipment to interconnect data centers. Also, we've been long serving traditional telephone companies. Telia Carrier is one example here in North America, using our gear and our software to be able to software activate capacity. So we serve both internet content providers and the telephone companies that often serve those internet content providers.
Now, you've been at Infinera for how long?
5 years.
5 years. Within that 5 years, you've experienced that transition from selling to now over-the-top players and then past carriers and now both. Yep. So during that 5-year period, what was that transition like?
It's been a very exciting time. When we started off working with the long-haul players, they were the most of the market for us. We started working with the new internet content providers as they wanted to build long-haul networks. And the requirements were very different, we found, between traditional telcos and these new internet content providers. And so that experience of working directly with those internet content provider customers helped us to inform the development of our Cloud Express product line, which is optimized for internet content providers and data center to data center interconnection. So that direct access to those customers let us change the design of our products to optimize them for that particular market.
So when you come to, again, an event like this, you're hearing a lot about open source, sort of the future of open standards, open source. How does that tailor your vision for optical networking for the future, let's say over the next few years?
So you probably know that Infinera uniquely builds these photonic integrated circuits in our systems, it's hardware. And why we're here is because we're able to use software, open software, to be able to control that capacity. If you look back 5-10 years ago, the networks would be deployed, you'd pay for it up front, and then you use that software to control it after the fact. What is different today is being able to deploy that capacity and then use the software to turn on capacity as you need it. So it's been an exciting time as we've transitioned from telephone companies to internet content providers, and now more into the metro with 5G mobile backhaul as well.
Mark, before we go, I want to get if you can give us a use case or example of a new optical networking solution. Is there somewhere you can point us to as to
Sure.
illustrate that?
One great example, our customer Windstream is a customer here in North America that's built a long haul network and is using our gear as part of a multi-vendor network to enable the software activation of wavelength, and layer 1 services. So Windstream uses our system, our hardware, our software, with other vendors in an ecosystem to be able to simplify the provisioning of new services, to accelerate the delivery of new services, and to lower their overall operational expense for deploying these services.
Well, Mark, thanks for being with us.
Great to be here, Abe. Thanks for the time.
All right, Mark. And again, for all of our coverage here at ONS 2017, you can go to tinow.org. So long.